Hey, everybody. Hope you are doing well. I think it's time we take another journey into Baroque rock, classical rock music, whatever. However you want to. I don't even know really how we describe Jethro Tull anymore. Again, their progginess definitely straddles the world between classical music, Baroque music, jazz, rock, hard rock, and everything in between. And there's just so much always going on in their compositions that they really don't fit neatly into any sort of musical box other than maybe prog and classic rock. But there's just so much going on there. And let's explore some more of it, okay? We're going to do the song Hunting Girl by Jethro Tull.
as I abbreviate, you want to deviate, I might not do some harm. I'm not inclined to act refine if that's how it goes. Oh, my born hunting girl, I'm just a normal local so-and-so.
Another amazing journey with Jethro Tull. Martin Barr. Holy. He's another one of those incredible musicians from the 70s and early 80s who just does not get his just rewards. Just doesn't. Does not get the accolades that he deserved, you know. The way his guitar part combined with the bass lines work together in so many different spots in this song just really add to the rock credibility of the band. You know, I don't know if without Martin's, you know, guitar playing, if this band would really fit into a hard rock or rock category. That's one to think about. If it was, I mean, it could very much be folk rock if there weren't that electric guitar heaviness intertwined. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Because, you know, Ian Anderson's guitar playing and flute playing and the compositional aspect of it definitely lend themselves towards a hard rock nature. You can kind of hear it in the playing. I mean, there's some double bass drum work in there by the drummer. And I mean, if you grew up in the 80s and the late 70s, 80s, and 90s like I did, you heard quite a bit of classical influence in the rock world. Whether you're talking about straight classical hard rock like Yngwie Malmsteen, or you're talking about some of the classical music inspirations within bands like Megadeth and Iron Maiden. So, I mean, there is that sensibility there. But something about Martin Barr's guitar playing adds that hard rock edge credibility to it that really allows it to sit in that sort of, you know, area of the rock genre. I'm not saying that they deserved the first heavy metal, you know, Grammy Award. Again, I err on the side of, you know, Metallica got robbed on that one. I think that had a lot more to do with the ignorance of the voting community within the Grammy Award, you know, community. So that's one thing. But you can hear to a very small degree how Jethro Tull's music could be considered hard rock bordering on metal, because there's a lot of similar influences that you can hear in Jethro Tull music that you could also hear in, you know, songs by Testament or others. So again, it's an interesting conversation to have. Again, I am not sitting here saying that you know, they deserve that first heavy metal Grammy over Metallica. That is not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there is a sonic and musical writing taste that has some similarities in their music to other heavy metal artists. I personally would never put Jethro Tull in the heavy metal category. I think they're more of a prog hard rock category myself. But it's interesting when you really think about it. But, you know, I remember at the time when that Grammy Award was given to them and the outrage and backlash. And I think that's actually had a little bit of a lasting effect on some of Jethro Tull's popularity. Because if you talk to, I'm 51. If you talk to somebody who is 35 to 45, right in that age group, just a little bit younger than me, and you ask them about Jethro Tull, almost their first comment will be, "Oh, yes, Metallica got robbed," because people get an opinion and they get closed off to anything else, and there are people out there who are diehard Metallica fans who never in their life even listened to Jethro Tull beyond the song Aqualung. Okay. Um, and so they would never sit there and even, qualify as being people who gave Jethro Tull a fair shot. Um, and again, like I said, people get closed off when their opinions are solidified in their brain. I have my favorite, and that's the only thing that matters, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, okay. Again, there is musical similarities in the crossing of genres between rock and classical music that is also similar to the crossing of classical music into hard rock and metal. So that's all I'm really saying. With that said, let's continue to give Martin Barre some recognition, okay? I think he's an absolutely integral part of the Jethro Tull sound, and I don't think any fan of the band would argue with that. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to leave that right there. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. We could talk about it further. Know that I appreciate you, and I truly wish you well, okay? Take care.